Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey, how y'all doing? How's it going? It's another lovely Wednesday. I'm sure you all have missed my voice as much as I've missed speaking to you all. It's been a wonderful time. It's been a great transition though, man. It's been a lot going on. So I guess I should really start there and catch everybody up on what's going on. Number one, I quit my job. I definitely walked out. I felt unappreciated. I felt undervalued. I felt undermined, especially when it came to my employee. I kind of just I was over it, you know. And normally, whenever I'm ready to leave a job, man, I give a 2-week notice. You know, I've always given a 2-week notice. I've never really wanted to burn a bridge, but for that job, listen, my rep told me she was leaving. I was already working alone, and I didn't have any help. And it just seemed like they didn't care to give me any help, you know, just excuses. So I just understood where my value was at, you know. It took for a customer to see the value, you know. Of course, I had some support on the back end to push me, to give me that courage to actually walk away. But the same day, I walked out and left. I quit that day. I did the counts like I needed to. You know, I took care of my business, took care of my operations, and then I went ahead and I handed my keys over and I sent the email off and left. This is a net will state. That's one thing I will advise y'all to remember. They can walk in these jobs and tell you they don't want you working there no more simply because of a certain customer that comes in to pay a $30 phone bill every month don't like you, and they'll get rid of you over that $30. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I don't know if anybody's ever gotten lost or has ever lost a job over that, but if they have, that'll be kind of crazy. But that's really literally, they can do that though if they wanted to. They don't have to have a reason to fire you here in Nevada. But with that job, I was just I was really over the entire situation, and I'm a hard worker, right? I like to think of so myself. And it took for an actual customer to see that value in me, to offer me a job that would appreciate, you know, my efforts and my work. And I was happy about that. You know, at first I'm like, oh, you know, it's just somebody else trying to get me to leave and go work there. And, you know, I'm like, no, I don't want to make less. I don't want to do anything. But they were willing to match my pay. I was excited about that. Great schedule, great job. But I'm not knowing this entire time that this lady is speaking to me. She's telling me like, hey, you know, I'll have my manager give you a call. She's like, you know, it is kind of a lot of work, but at least you got help. You got a lot more bodies in the building to help you do what you need to do. Right? This is how she's speaking to me and letting me know. She's like, we need the help. We need the hands. And I can see that you're a great worker every time I come in here. And, you know, that was very nice to hear. I'm not going to lie, because I get overwhelmed sometimes, especially at that job. It was just me with all of the customers, man, you know, doing operations, managing a store, and just, you know, not really having the help I needed to get stuff done. So with her recognizing that, it was just great as reassurance, I should say, to me personally. But when I got the call from the manager, this is the funny part. This is why you never know who's watching. You know what I mean? You never know. So I got a call from the manager at this new place that I work at, Kiss Mini Golf, Kiss Munster Mini Golf, in case anybody wanted to know. I got a new job there, and the manager called me and she's like, hey, the owner tells me you're a hard worker. She came into the store, you gave her your number, and she said that you were okay with us giving you a call. You know, she's telling the managers, like, hey, he's such a great worker. This kid's amazing. Well, 30, but not a kid. But to her, I could be. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. But she's letting the manager know how hard I work and how great I work and that, do whatever she needs to do to get me on board onto the team. And that was just amazing to see someone put that much effort in, to see someone go as far as, he's worth whatever he wants to be paid. I think that speaks volumes, right? That's just amazing to hear. So, of course, I'm on board. Yeah, why not? I'm on board. So when I left my job, I did reach out and, I started the next week. Everybody told me to take a week off, relax, spend some time with the family and stuff. But if y'all are adults like me, y'all know these bills don't take no break. And that week would put me in a crucial situation, right? I mean, probably not crucial, but I'm really tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? I don't want to struggle. At least if I can survive, if I'm paying bills and I know that bills will be paid, like, I don't care. I'm doing what I got to do. But I don't want to be struggling paycheck to paycheck. That I don't want to go back to that. So, yeah, I am no longer at AT&T. I'm now at Kiss Munster Mini Golf inside the Rio. Come in and see me sometime. Come get a game of golf in or two. Check out the Gene Simmons Personal Kiss Museum. It's actually the biggest Kiss collection in the world. There's nothing like it. I sound like I'm at work. And if you also go to the museum, you get to try on the Gene Simmons Demon boots and sit in a chair, Feel pretty mighty there. I'm just saying. If you know, you know. If you don't know, come find out. We can let you know. I'll give you a little bit of information. I'm not the best at it. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but we can always find the answer. Just remember that. But I do love this new job. I say that because even within the first week and a half at this place, I'm getting so much support. I'm getting so much reassurance. I'm getting so much, just, I guess, appreciation in general from all the coworkers. Nobody's giving me a hard time. Nobody's upset that, they're not a supervisor, but I came in as like, you don't get any of that going on, nothing but good vibes and genuine people that just want to, have a good time. And it's amazing. I mean, the kid in me lights up when I go to work every day. I got miniature golf, and it's like glow in the dark theme. You got this big arcade that's around. You got the redemption center for your tickets and stuff. Like, this entire place is just cool to me. I'm overly joyed and excited to go to work all the time. Hey, it may be long days sometimes, but at least with these doubles, with these 11, 12-hour shifts, I got people there with me helping. You know what I mean? I'm not alone. I'm not solo dolo out here. You feel me? It's just a lot easier and better for me. I love it. And some people may not understand that. Some people may not pay attention. But I'm telling you right now, this new gig it's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. Right? Especially because the kid in me just lights up. Y'all know I'm very childish. And don't tell me to grow up because I've never been this old before. So, hey, neither have you. But it's just great to finally have a job where I don't feel so stressed out at work. I don't feel worried about going to work the next day. I don't feel concerned or drained, or I don't feel like all of my time is being taken up or taken away. You know what I mean? Like, I actually have more free time. That job took so much away from me. I lost so many relationships, with people, all because I had to work all the time. There were so many activities that I couldn't make it to or I couldn't get to because I had to work or I was doing this or I was doing that. And it's crazy of how much it took away from my personal relationships. Like, a lot of acquaintances and friends, like, it's not their fault. I can admit that my job took up a lot of my time. Because even with my children, I felt like it took up more time than it needed to. And I didn't like it. You know what I mean? But I did that for about 7-8 months, man. I was just trying to make sure that I can take care of my kids, like, at least if they needed anything, they could have it, you know what I mean? Or at least if anything went wrong, I have a way to get it taken care of. But, now at least, I have more time to spend with my kids. I have more time to be available for friends and family, more time for my relationship, more time to just genuinely be me. And it's great, like, me and my kids made a TikTok the other day, and it was just great. It's been a minute since we've been able to do something like that because normally we're either always out to see family and friends on my side of the family because, I'm only getting 1 day off a week, or the day off I'm getting is interrupted because I may have to go in and open a store, and it was just always inconsistent. So now at least I have a schedule to where at least I know my time frames. I know I have enough time to hang out with friends and family. Sometimes there'll be some events I can't make it to, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine, because I shouldn't be able to make it to everything. That's just life. It is what it is. But with that being said, within this last month, man, life for me though, with all these changes and transitions going on, it's been a bit overwhelming. I've been questioning myself a lot, and I get a lot of reassurance on the back end. You know what I mean? I get a lot of reassurance from, my partner, from my family, my mom, stuff like that. And I get it, and I hear it, and it's just that, we are our biggest critics. You know what I mean? So we're going to always criticize what we do the most, and we're always going to have the most to say about it regardless. But lately it's just like I've been feeling like a bit of a failure. I've just been very inconsistent lately. I've been very lazy. I've been procrastinating a lot. But I just feel like, I'm overwhelmed. It's a lot going on. I'm really trying the best that I can with life. I'm doing the best that I can, the best that I know how. When it comes to building foundations, when it comes to taking care of business, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm at a point where all of this effort I'm putting in, I just don't see. What am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? I don't see any progress with all the effort. I just feel like as a parent, as a father, I could do a lot better. I could do more. And maybe that's just me being me. Yeah, I love my kids to death, and I try to spend every chance that I get with them. But I feel like I could do better. Like, for instance, like yesterday, just a little accountability here. Me and my son, it's his birthday's today, by the way. Shout out Terrence, my son. Happy 6th birthday, son. But his party was Saturday, and then his birthday's today. But yesterday, Sunday night, they came over, and Sunday night, Monday morning, we stayed up a little, way later than we should have, maybe 2 to 3 a.m. But I think, me as a parent, I should have cut that short, and I should have paid attention to the time more, which I didn't, and that's my fault. But we kind of stayed up so late that we overslept, and he missed school. You know what I mean? I really don't know why it's beating me up so much. That little thing there is really beating me up so much, because I was already feeling like as a father, I can make improvements in other areas and other places, and I just felt like I was already on the thin line, with that situation, with being a father, with parenting, and I just feel like I'm not doing good at it, I feel like I can do more and I can do better. I feel like everything that I am doing is just like, it's pointless in a way, which I shouldn't say that, because every bit of effort is accounted for. But I've just been feeling like lately as a parent, I don't know. I could just improve in a lot of places to me. I just feel like maybe I'm going about things wrong. Maybe I'm doing things wrong. Maybe I'm, I don't really know. But I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work through it. That's the only way that I can get through it. And I'm going to do my best to. And I hear it all the time, friends, family, everyone, they're telling me, you're a great father. Don't beat yourself up and don't let yourself down. But again, I'm my biggest critic. I'm going to always feel like that in a way. And there's not really anybody that can change my mind. I just have to kind of work through it. I got to feel through it. And it'll get there. But, I'm always being honest with y'all, the best to my abilities. Like, I try to, keep y'all in the loop of what's going on. And right now, that's just one of the things that's bothering me. As a parent, I go to work and I have my own place in a car. I keep forgetting. But it's like I've said this before, like, I don't want to be praised for having the basics. I'm an adult. I'm supposed to have my own place for me and my kids. I'm supposed to, have a job to take care of bills. I'm supposed to have a car to get around, make sure things get taken care of. But it's just the basics, And to me, like, I don't want to be praised for something that I should be doing. Granted, I know there's a lot of people or a lot of men that are around my age or in my, situation that aren't there. And I pray that they do get there. I pray that it does get better for them, But to me, I just feel like that's the basics. I'm supposed to do that. But even with that, it's hard. You gotta make sure you're consistent in everything you do in life. And there is no breaks. There are no breaks at all. These last 8 months, I took a break from taking care of myself, low-key, because I was so focused on making sure bills can be paid. I was so focused on being able to say, no, I got my own. And I lost focus in a lot of areas. And it's just, I got a lot of catching up to do, right? A lot of catching up to do. And it can be done. It will be done. It's not a problem. I can put in the work. But I do want to be open and honest with y'all about that. Like, at the end of the day, the biggest thing I try to talk about is mental health. And, I love talking about when mine is going through a frenzy. Mine is going through phases. Like, it's okay. It's great to happen. But life is life. I always try not to talk because I don't want anybody to think I'm complaining. I am venting. I can say that. But complaining, not at all. I think accountability is very big on that part because I understand the areas that I can work on. I understand where growth and opportunity presents itself. And I do understand what I can do to change a lot of things I don't like that I am doing. So I'm actually happy about that, that I can notice that. But, life is life. Why can't everybody do that? You know what I mean? People always say, everyone has always said life is unfair. Am I wrong? I think I'm right. I think I'm right about that. I'm sure. So if everyone has always said life is unfair, would that not make life fair to everyone? And that's how I think. I think life is fair to me. Life throws me curveballs. I learned to pick up a bat and start hitting them bitches. That's what I've learned to do. I'll deal with the aftermath later. Whether the bat is broken, I need to get a new one. Whether it's cracked, whatever the case may be. That curveball was hit. And it was hit hard. Home run. You know what I mean? Fuck that. It was hit. So, I don't want anybody to think or feel like, oh, you owe me any sympathy or any. No. Like, I speak because I really do this for a reason. I really want other men, specifically black men. I want y'all to understand and see that it's okay when you have to talk, when you have to open up about what's going on in life. It's perfectly fine for you to feel like things are not okay at the moment. Like, there's nothing wrong with you feeling like you don't have it all figured out. We don't have it all figured out. We have an assumption of what to do, and there are a lot of resources. There are a lot of tools available to help us go in the right direction and stay there. And like I tell y'all before, sometimes relapses happen, and that's okay. Just don't stay there. Remember that. Don't stay in the same environment. Actually, and for better words to say it, you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. There's just no way possible, right? It is what it is. Superman can't heal in a room full of kryptonite. I don't care which way you put it. It just ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. So understand that, yeah, we men and we do have feelings and we may have hard times expressing ourselves, but it's possible. We can do it. We can talk about it. I don't care if you got to go to the mirror and talk. At least that's the way to start off. You know what I mean? I know some of y'all got friends. I keep telling y'all this. If you feel like it's hard to speak and you don't know who to talk to or how to start it off, call me. Yeah, y'all got me on all these social medias, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Call me. I got you. I'll start it off. I'll give you a story. You give me a story. We can go like whatever the case may be, man. Because listen, I can tell you from personal experience, all that holding it in, all that bottling up, it's going to explode. It can go a few different ways, but it ain't really pretty either way it go. But I guess I'll tell you what, if you can start unpacking that slowly but surely, putting them pieces where they need to be on them puzzles, you'll be okay. One step at a time. We all love to eat at Thanksgiving, right? And on Thanksgiving, you have all these dishes on your plate. Yeah, you got macaroni, you got turkey, you got ham, you got stuffing, you got the cranberry sauce with the dressing. You got all of these different dishes for Thanksgiving, the yams, everything. Look, I'm getting hungry talking about it. But anyway, you got all of these different dishes on your plate. And the only way for you to finish that plate is to eat them one by one. That's it. One by one. Stop trying to attack everything at once. It don't never work out that way. You can't attack it all at once. Let's work on one dish at a time. Remove everything off the plate, right? So that way we can clean our plate and get ready for dessert. Because we know once we get that plate clean, it's going to be sweet. Right? We're going to be good. But I don't want y'all to feel like you really cannot talk or say nothing to nobody. I've been there before. I've done that. And it's not healthy. It drove me crazy. It drove me insane. Like, it takes, y'all think it takes courage to come out here and talk to y'all? I do this effortlessly. You know why? Because I would have wanted somebody to talk to me or let me hear somebody talking like this when I was going through it. You know, I wanted somebody to reach out and let me know that it's cool for me to talk to them when I had those problems. Because if I had somebody telling me that it was cool to call them or expressing what I've been trying to express myself, man, listen, I would have been good. I would have been great to just call it like, yeah, man, like, listen, I don't know where to start at or what's going on, but it just ain't right. It just ain't right. It don't matter. You got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? You just have to be willing to be open and be vulnerable. Actually, speaking about that, let's get into the first topic of the day. Long story short, Quanni's been going through it. But Quanni's been getting through it because he's working through it. You know what I mean? So it's great. I'm back and I'm better. Like it's nothing I can't handle. I just have to put those pieces in the right place and take it one step at a time, one day at a time. That's all I'm saying. Next on, our first topic for today. I do want to talk about vulnerability. So it's kind of great that I flowed into that. Vulnerability it's not a weakness. I hate that everyone looks at it as a weakness. Now I'm going to talk to everybody here. I think vulnerability is such a strong feat to have. For you to be able to be open and vulnerable, to be able to express yourself or express how you're feeling or how something affected you. I think that's great to be able to actually speak about that and talk about that, and you could do it in a way that's healthy. I think that's amazing to be able to be vulnerable, right? A lot of people look at vulnerability and they say that's weak. I'm not doing it. That's low of me. I would never. I don't know why. I shouldn't have to tell her that I'm having a bad day. I shouldn't have to tell him that hurt my feelings. Listen, I'm going to say it like this. Unless you bae, y'all, ain't nobody no mind reader. Ain't nobody no mind reader. I'm telling you right now. You're going to have to speak up and express. It's about how you say it. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. So, example, let's say I had a long day at work and I came home from work and my legs hurt, I'm kind of tired, right? And as soon as I get in the door, everybody's saying hi. And then she say, can you take out the trash? And I'd be like, man, that trash gonna stay where the fuck it's at right now. Like, you gonna leave me alone. If I say it like that, it's going to create a problem. But if I say, hey, sweetheart, I had a real long day at work. My legs hurt, so I'm going to go, shower and sit down for a second. Give me about an hour and a half. But I'll make sure before I go to bed, I'll take the trash out. Doesn't that sound a lot better? Isn't that amazing that way? I think that sounds a lot better than just saying like aggressively, no, you need to go ahead and it is what it is. Yeah, I just I don't think that's a great way to word things. But it's about the wording and how you said, not what you said. The second way would have gave that reassurance of, I hear you asking me to take the trash out. Yes, I will take the trash out for you. Just let me rest a little bit. And then after me getting a little bit of rest in, I'll make sure before I lay down and go to bed that trash is taken out like you want it to be. That's all I did. I simply reworded what I said and what was going on. But a lot of people were like, y'all are so ready to attack each other for what? Why are you so ready to attack your partner over small situations? I don't know. But I think that we can get it figured out. And you have to remember that vulnerability, it works both ways. You know what I mean? So you have to let each other be open. You have to let each other be vulnerable, and you have to accept it without judgment. That's the key part, is when somebody's being vulnerable to you, y'all, you can't go around trying to judge them off of what they're being vulnerable about. I mean, within reason, of course. We know everything is within reason. Let me say that right now. Everything is within reason, but you cannot go around and judge these people off of them being vulnerable to you because you feel like it's going to give you a leg up. Oh girl, guess what? Chris was over there crying at me yesterday because he over there crying because his grandma done died. Like, boy, what you crying for? She was old. Her time was coming anyway. Small things like that. On one hand, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't have it. I'm sorry. Listen, there's some things I'm going to allow you to be open to me, just like I would expect you to me to be open to you. If I'm going to talk about something, or if I'm going over something, or if I'm speaking to me and vulnerable, I want you to allow me to express myself. Allow me that moment to be vulnerable. Don't take it away from me. Don't push me away from it. Don't ignore me. Don't make it seem like you ain't trying to hear me. You have to let me have that moment, because I'm going to give you the same in return. And when I give you the same in return, now we built that comfortability with each other. Now being vulnerable is something we've done before. So the next time it should be well, I ain't going to say flawless, but the next time we should be golden, right? I mean, I don't think next time we should have anything to worry about other than how long is this conversation going to last, which you probably shouldn't even worry about that either. I'm just saying. But when you don't want to allow the other person the opportunity to have that moment, you're kind of already putting a crack in the armor. You're already like creating the issue that can become bigger later on down the road. Because that person will eventually learn to not want to open up or not want to talk, not want to tell you what's going on. And then they may find that advice or that conversation in the next person. And let's be honest. We all know an emotional connection is worse than a physical connection when it comes to cheating. Let's be real. It is a lot worse. So we don't want that to happen, right? So we should give each other the space to be able to come to us as partners to get that done and taken care of. I kind of thought that would be better for us to do. I'm just saying, you can't shame anyone. People think that shaming the next for being vulnerable is okay. I don't care, boy, girl, man, woman. I don't care about none of that. Like, being vulnerable is, as a person, we're all imperfect. Nobody's perfect. We all have issues. We all make mistakes. We all go through shit. Okay? We all have feelings. Some we choose to ignore, some we choose to acknowledge, whatever the case may be. But do you know one thing that every single one of us has in common? There's only one trait that every single human being has in common, and that's survival. See? Even that right there is something to go off of. You can build a relationship off of that. I'm just saying, there's so many things. And understand that sometimes you're going to be vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable, you're going to be uncomfortable. You have to understand that. It's going to happen. It is okay. It is. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. It's new. It's growth. All kind of growth is going to be uncomfortable. You didn't get up one day and say, walking in, oh, this is normal. I've done this plenty of times. No, you're like, oh, this is different. I got to catch my balance. You to learn to chew and eat your food by your own. You like, oh, okay, so wait, this is soft and this is hard. I got to chew this one more, chew this one less. You learn to drive a car. I'm like, oh, I've been driving for years. You was like, oh, damn, I got to check my side views, my rear view. I got to make sure I got gas, make sure ain't nothing broken, make sure I put it in drive, make sure my tires is good. You understand? Everything new is going to be uncomfortable when you first do it. And that's okay. Like, I used to be a point where I never wanted to express my feelings to nobody. I'm like, for what? Hey, men ain't supposed to do that. We supposed to grow old, pay bills, and die. That was the old logic I had. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Yeah, that was back then. Not no more. Now I realize reality. You understand? Like, I see that vulnerability is a great feat, and I'm glad that I have it now. Before, it'd be hard for me to speak up. Now, I'm going to give you the who, what, when, where, and why that affected me or hurt my feelings or why I feel a type of way. Because I don't want there to be no confusion. What you mean? What? Oh, well, I had an issue because you called me a bitch, and I don't know why you called me a bitch. I mean, we was talking, and all I said was, you ain't got no edges, and you seem to call me a bitch over that, and it's like, damn, I was joking, and you called me a bitch. I don't like that word. I'm a man. You shouldn't be calling me that. I don't call you out your name. Why you calling me out of my name? I mean, small things like that, little shit like that. One thing I play around 99% of the time. 99. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, I love my childish personality. I love who I am. I love me. Like, I definitely have grown to love myself a lot more than I did in the past. And the amount of love I have for myself is the reason why I don't deal with no fuck shit today. No bullshit at all. Never gonna happen. I care way too much about me. Me. And my children. They're about the only ones I'll put before myself. My children. My little broke best friends. They can have whatever. But, no, for real. Speaking of them, I know I'm kind of going off topic, but speaking of them, I do want to reiterate that today is my son's 6th birthday. 6 years ago today, I became a father. That was just the most amazing thing to me. I was just so doped out that I was a father. All my life, because of my past and the way my family was with me, I've always wanted my own little family. I've always wanted to be a father, especially, again, my dad was a magician. Best magician on this side of the Mississippi. He had the best disappearing act. Best disappearing act. But because of that, you know what I mean? I wanted to be a father, and I became one 6 years ago on this day. And that little man, he saved my life so many times. Like, he's just amazing. My kids are all amazing, but that was my first child. All of my kids mean a lot to me. They mean everything to me, all of my kids. But that was my first child, So that was the first one that they gave me the label father. So it's just, his birthday's today. It's all about him. He had a birthday party at Gravity Saturday, and his birthday party was a Batman-themed birthday party, which was pretty dope, if you ask me. We were dope. So me and him, I was off Saturday, whoop, whoop, new job, who this? I was off Saturday, and in the morning I went to pick up a slingshot, and I went and put on my Batman costume, and then I went to pick him up. So I brought his Batman costume with me, so he can get in his Batman costume. We both got in a slingshot. We drove around for a while, went just to a couple places to hang out. People taking pictures and videos of us and stuff like that. But it was just pretty dope being in that little slingshot. It was like the Batmobile feeling, the theme of what we were going for, to give it like a Batmobile kind of thing. And it was great. It was dope. Like, we had so much fun. We went to Gravity. It was amazing. It was fun. He's got a new hoverboard he's been playing with. My son, what's so funny is, like, thanks to his grandparents, my son has joined the PS5 gang. So gang, shout out to you, son. He joined the PS5 gang. And he's got that. He's got a new hoverboard. He's happy about that as well. But it was just pretty fun, this weekend that we had for his little birthday. And it was great. It was amazing. I got pictures and stuff I'll be posting later on. But it was pretty dope. We had so much fun. All of my daughters in their little Batgirl costumes, all the kids. It was an amazing time, amazing weekend. Shout out to my 6-year-old son. He is 6 years old. Man, that's so crazy. He's getting old. He's getting up there. That's my guy, though, man. That's my guy. That's my little best friend, man. He went through everything with me, man. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah, again, son, happy birthday. I know you're not listening to this, but still, happy birthday from Dad. I love you, man, with all my heart and soul. And gang, my little son, my mini me. Now back to the topic at hand. I get excited all the time when I talk about my kids, but that's all good. Back to the topic at hand. So I also, going off of the vulnerability thing, I do want to talk about forgiving versus forgetting, right? A lot of people think that when you forgive someone, you're doing it for them. And you should never forgive someone for them, right? Whenever you forgive someone, you do it for you. You forgive them for yourself, for your own sanity and mental well-being. You can hold on to that grudge all you want. You can hold on to that anger, the negativity, all of that. But what is holding on to that really doing? Huh? What is it really doing for you? You can hold on to it all you want. That's not a problem. But why not let it go? It's just taking up space. You don't have to forget it. You don't have to, let them do it again to you. But you can forgive them and just remember what they did to not put yourself in that position again. You don't have to be there a second time. But you holding on to it, like, you're letting them win. Why? Why are you letting them win? Why are you giving them that power and that much control? Because honestly, what happens to you? You still get the short end of the stick. Is that fair? I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all. I think it'll be better for you mentally, for you to let it go, to understand that, I forgive you for it. Now I know to pay attention and keep my eye on you. You know what I mean? Pay attention and watch you. Not to let you get around to do anything like that again. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to hold on to that shit. I forgive you. But I'll always remember how you acted when put in that position. I will. If you somehow fucked off my loyalty, then yeah, that's a problem. You just cut off. It is what it is. It's okay to let toxic people go. I'm telling y'all now. It is okay to do it. Family, friends, whatever. Let them go. Be like Elsa and let it go. I'm just going to say this again. Forgive. Don't forget. Keep it in mind. But let it go for you. So you can feel better. So you can move past it. Because as long as you're holding a grudge against it, it's going to slow you down. It's like an anchor dragging you to the bottom of the ocean. I'm just saying. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Also, what I didn't talk about was, it's been a few weeks, but we had the Wild in Vegas show, and it was I had a lot of fun. I'm telling y'all now, I had a lot of fun. I mean, there were some mistakes and issues and errors, but it'll get better in the future. It'll get better. No worries at all. It will get better. Okay. On top of that, it was fun to me. I had a great night. It was a great show. Some crazy shit that happened afterwards. I wasn't there for that shit. I was already on the way home. But it was some crazy shit that happened after the show. I was like, wow. I wish I was there for it. It would have been so funny to watch that. So funny. So funny. Let me stop being messy. Anyway. Speaking of shows, this Thursday, October 27th, One Monopoly LV. It is our final show of the season, everybody. Final show of the season. So that means there may not be another one until springtime, around March or April of next year. But with that being said, it is the final show, October 27th, 8 p.m. at Taverna Casteras when the doors open. The show starts at 8:30 p.m. And tickets are live on Eventbrite, so you can definitely get your tickets and get that taken care of. We will be there having fun, see all the performers. You're going to love them. You're going to love all the performers that come out. It's going to be a great show, great night. Also, again, it is the final show of the season, so why not come out and show some support? I understand if some of you can't make it, no problem. I get it. Life happens. I've been there. Not there anymore. Not there anymore. But I've been there. I've been there for sure. Oh, you know what? Again, I don't even think I went over this too much when I talked about me moving over to the new job and stuff, but I'm going to say it again. I took a leap of faith, okay? I took a leap of faith when I got a new job, when all of this change was going on. Honestly, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of holding yourself back because of what others may feel or what they may think. I think that if you have a gut feeling about something, or if sometimes you know something is right or you need to change it, it's okay to make that change right away if you have to. It's okay to just take that leap of faith and do what you need to do. Don't be afraid of a new environment, because now you're saying you're afraid to adapt to change. And you shouldn't be. Don't be afraid of that, right? Like, know your worth, know your value. Don't let anyone make you uncomfortable in any situation or any place of work. Always have the best in mind for yourself. Because I guarantee you, as fast as I left that job, they had somebody on the phone to replace me, but couldn't give me the help when I asked for it. You see what I mean? Always be okay with change. It is uncomfortable. It is different. It does take courage, but just do it. No pun intended with that. Like, no Nike shit. I'm just saying, like, really just do it. Like, actually act on it. Because sometimes it's a great change. It's worth it. Because I've been smiling a lot more. I've been feeling a lot better now that I'm like, oh, man. I'm just saying, I've been a lot better. Also, you know what? Speaking of that, it's a reason, too. It's a reason. I have a very supportive partner. I'm not going to lie. She's amazing. I cannot lie about it. We can talk about things, and then we make a resolution. Instead of us being combative, we're attentive to each other. We're wanting to get a resolve instead of arguing with each other. It's like there's no tit for tat. There's no back and forth. There is no, the trust is there. The responsibility is there. And it's just great that regardless of how I approach every situation, actually it's just how we approach each situation. We don't come at attacking each other. We want to get shit resolved. We want to get things taken care of. And a lot of the things I've been going through, it's like I'm looking at it like, fuck. Meanwhile, she already got the calendar pin where she's like, we doing this, and that. I never really, I'm not gonna lie, man. There's a lot of things in this relationship that I've never had before. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm happy to finally be getting something I've been asking for, something I've been wanting, for a while. It's just nice to see somebody give so easily, what you begged for before in the past. And I mean, hey, maybe it was just my choice of women at the time, or what I chose to allow, or my boundaries that I wouldn't stand firm on, and whatever the case may be. But it's like now to see somebody, go above and beyond without even me flinching about it getting done. I say something needs to be done, and there's already a plan made for it before I even say anything. I'm really thinking she's a mind reader. Like, it'd be a couple times I done said some shit in my mind and she done did it, and it's crazy. So I'm thinking, I'll keep y'all updated though, because she ain't admitted to it yet, but she will sooner or later. But I hear some of my friends all the time, and old coworkers, acquaintances, I hear them always saying how, it's different when you have somebody that's there to support you rather than somebody that's there to be combative with you. And they just talk about how well everything flows for them mentally, physically, financially, in life in general, because of the fact of the type of woman they have behind them to help. So getting a little taste of that is just, it's a great feeling. I'm not going to lie. Be there to support each other, be there to help each other. It's not a one-man show. It's not a one-man army. It's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, okay? And a lot of the times, we tend to forget that. Sometimes we tend to forget and realize that, hey, let me take a break. Let me calm down and let you do this. You a lot better. Hey, you know what? We cooking steaks tonight. I love grilling the steaks, but you a lot better at grilling them. So I'll prepare them for you and put the seasonings on, but you want to grill them? So, since you make them better, little stuff like that. Just people always there to help each other out. Always there to give a helping hand and, always wanting to just make the situation better. And boy, when I tell you we have faced some ups and downs already, man, some crazy things can happen. But it's all about honesty and respect. I'll always be honest and I'll always respect her. You know what I mean? Anytime I got news, I went and gave it to her. Some news right now that's out there and a lot of people think she don't know. Well, the people that have the news think she don't know. But I don't hide nothing from her, That's all about communication and comprehension. Very great communication skills. I will say that for sure. For sure. But I can finally say that, I understand now what my friends say. And when people always say, you have to have somebody that wants it as bad as you. Like sometimes, some people just aren't meant for each other. And it's not in a way to say that they're going to always butt heads. But the reason they're butting heads is because they're meant for somebody else. And that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's perfectly fine. But you have to acknowledge that and you have to be okay with that. You have to understand that things just don't ever play out the way that sometimes you want things to play out. It's not meant to be. You have to follow what the universe brings you. You really do. And if a universe keeps pulling you away from somebody, why do you keep going back? Some of us do it because we just do it. We like Nike at that point. We're doing it just to do it. Some of us realize what the universe is doing and we walk away from it, which is cool. And sometimes it may take the universe telling you 10, 15 times. It is what it is. But it's all about being supportive to your partner. Because I don't care to sit here and be combative. I don't care to keep creating issue after issue with you. Girl, let's get this problem resolved so I can get some nookie. I'm ready to fix this issue. You want to cook, Glenn? You want to go out? What you trying to do? I'm trying to get this problem taken care of. It's easy to do when you have somebody that gives you the support you're looking for. That's it. Sometimes from women in the past, I've heard stories about what they've done for men in their past and how supportive they were for them. And here I come along being Mr. Good Guy, and I can't get an ounce of the respect you gave these niggas that ain't shit. But it's all good. It is what it is. Just like they say, one man's treasure or one man's trash is another man's treasure. It's true about that with women too. One woman's trash is another woman's treasure. It is what it is. It be like that. But sometimes people just ain't meant to be together. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and dwell over why or what happened or what could have been or, how it could have been. You have to accept reality and be like, honestly, I get it. I think my brother say it best sometimes. He's like, honestly, I get it. You know what I mean? This is the situation. These are the variables in the situation. But unfortunately, this is the outcome of that situation. And unfortunately, that outcome does not give me neither you nor me what we want or what I want, what you want, what they want. It doesn't matter. You're never going to get it if it's not what the universe is telling you need. So just go be happy somewhere else. Like, man, there's all of these people out here in the world. All of these people. Somebody's bound to make you happy. Sitting in these, situationships and relationships and we all unhappy about it, like, if you choose to sit there, that's fine. I just don't want to hear about it. And with all due respect, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care for the complaints. I really don't. I'm just over it. Like, let's get to a resolution or let's just stop talking about it. But that's just me. Anyway, don't forget to come out and get your tickets for the Womonopoly LV show this Thursday at 8 p.m. Doors open. And the show starts at 8:30 p.m. So 30 minutes later, half an hour later. I am the host for the show, so you will be seeing me there. Also, I can't wait to catch you all next week. I've been loving my new job, man. I'm telling you, it's pretty nice, pretty dope. I was up there today, too. But don't forget, you can find me on all the social media. Marquand Thomas on Facebook, as well as Talk is Cheap on Facebook. And that's TalkizCheap, Talk is Cheap. Then on Instagram, you have Juss Quanni, JussQuanni, Juss Quanni. 2 S's, 2 N's, 1 I, no E. That's on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me at TalkIsCheap702 on Instagram and Twitter. Snapchat, same thing, Juss Quanni, JUSSQUANNI, or TalkIsCheap702. Find me on all platforms. You can also find me on TikTok at JussQuanni23, because you know TikTok's about to get a lot bigger than what it is now. It's already 47,000 followers. We're going to get that up. We're going to make that improve, because we're going to be consistent. That's what we're going to do. That's my vow to y'all. Also, stay tuned. You will see the Real Neutrality. He will be popping up here on the show in the next coming weeks. I will be speaking to him personally to get that taken care of. He's got an album coming out, and I'm sure he'd love to come on and talk about it. I may have just invited him on the show, but I'm sure he'd love to come on anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But either way, I will keep you guys updated. Again, I love speaking to you all. Thank you all for listening. Shout out to you all. I will catch you again next Wednesday at 5 p.m. on the hottest radio station, Hot 702.5 FM. And again, peace, love, and hair grease. I'll catch y'all next week.